Blockchain, as we all know, it's a ledger, secured ledger. It's based on a trust model where transactions are independently working together in that ledger, right? So wherever there is technology friction, business friction, you have applications of blockchain. Healthcare, financial sector, land records, and all of these places. And then we have smart spaces. And smart spaces is all about creating environments where you have n number of capable systems all working together in an integrated fashion, where you are basically targeting certain persona, user categories, industry scenarios, right? So essentially creating digital twins of things like smart cities. A very important point that we all know and have touched upon is privacy and ethics. So just because we have data, we can mine the data, we can use it to create insights. How much of that can we really do? What are the controls? What is the line that you should never cross? You walk into a retail store today, the moment you step out of it, they have captured your data. Facial recognition systems at airport, they are capturing your data, are supposed to capture the data on an ongoing basis. Does it seek your permission? What are the controls? Is this permissible? What are the laws? What are the regulations? This is a very, very important element of the digital world coming into the future. And then there is quantum computing. Now this is very interesting because Gartner said quantum computing will take 3 to 4 years to really come to life. Okay? Essentially, classical computers in a super library will read the books in a sequential fashion very fast. A quantum computer will read all of that together. Whilst I was doing this research 3 weeks back, I read about Google claiming quantum supremacy. So they've created a quantum computer which presumably does a calculation which a classical computer will take 10,000 years in 200 seconds. That's the scale, which of course IBM has gone ahead and said, no, that's not right, because a classical computer can do that in 2.5 days and not 10,000 years. So the jury is out on that one, but these are real life cases where quantum computer can help like chemistry, material sciences, molecular biology, in laser and plasma physics. So there's a lot that's happening here. So these are the trends that Gartner said will influence the way we work. This is what will create innovation. This will create the digital mesh. And essentially, for all of us, this is what will create our business value. Because unless we are able to understand what's the underlying technologies in all of these, we will have an issue with respect to how we can sustain ourselves. So if you were to scratch the surface further and check what are the technologies we are talking about here, it's AI, ML, blockchain, RPA, IoT, and so on and so forth. And I have worked in this industry for 25 years. And right through these 25 years, we've had these predictions. Someone will come and say something, and we'll on the ground say, boss, this is never going to happen. There is a yawning gap between predictions and real-life adoption. But I can tell you, this is for real. And we may all have our own arguments that we do not have use cases, and this is too complex, and so on and so forth. But this is real. The digital transformation is real. And the one reason for that is the cloud. Because whether we like it, don't like it, a lot of these services are available and easily consumable form on the cloud across a lot of public cloud providers. Any of these technologies and more is easily available. So you see rapid adoption of this across industries. You look at a traditional CIO trying to look at systems of record, large systems like ERP, CRM, where you are largely transaction oriented. Today's CIOs are looking at systems of engagement which are more customer facing, which is driven more by customer experience, where releases and the updates are very, very fast. You are essentially looking at how am I looking at adopting some of these new age technologies, like I spoke about, to be really digitally agile. Now I'll also tell you something. We work with 1,000+ customers. We work with 1,000+ partners. We've kind of a hybrid model. And we've seen absolute rapid adoption of these technologies. I was in a jury 2 days back in Delhi, very eminent jury looking at Lifetime Achievement Awards, IT Person of the Year Awards, and we discussed some 25 companies. The adoption of technology that these companies have done is mind-boggling. I can give you my insights on some of the discussions if you guys are interested later on.